In two previous YouTube videos, we reviewed Brookfield WPCA's sewer project for Candlewood Peninsula. We worked with environmental engineers and other experts to examine the WPCA's claims that septics were harming the lake. In those videos, we demonstrated that septics have only a negligible impact on the lake, actually less than 0.1% of the phosphorus level, and that building sewers would do virtually nothing to improve lake water quality. In this video, we will summarize recent developments. The WPCA's own experts acknowledged our findings by stating that the lake is in fact in decent condition and there is no environmental need for sewers. And according to the engineer's report, the sewer project is too costly, ranging from $60 to $95 million plus. Most importantly, the report also concluded that a new sewage treatment plant, estimated at least to be $40 million, would be needed because the WPCA does not have the capacity to handle the waste flow. Consequently, their recommendation was that the WPCA pursue only the Dean Pocono Road sewer project and drop the Peninsula project. However, for reasons that have not been explained, the WPCA disregarded that recommendation and still intends to pursue the Peninsula Sewer Project by holding a public hearing on November 13th at Brookfield High School. Their purpose is to have the engineers present sewer cost estimates, then compare them to the cost of septics, and then try to convince homeowners to approve sewers in a survey. Given their track record, such as their wholly unrealistic $18 million estimate in 2020, and their dubious claims about the lake, we examined their estimates closely. And what we found, as you will see, is that the cost of a sewer system plus the cost of a new sewage treatment plant are exorbitant and way beyond what any homeowner should be forced to pay for sewers that are not even needed. The engineers were very clear that a new sewage treatment plant is needed in order to handle the flow from sewers. Yet, the WPCA sewer estimates do not include the cost of the plant. We suspect that the WPCA will try to get homeowners to approve sewers first, and then separately assess homeowners for the cost of the plant. And this is something that we disagree with. Why? Well, who will pay for the new plant? Not the WPCA or the town. The ones who will pay are the homeowners. And who bears the risk that the estimates don't include all the costs or are too low? In other words, who will be responsible for paying the excess? Again, not the WPCA or the town. Homeowners bear 100% of the risk. They are the ones who will be legally obligated to pay all costs, no matter how much they may exceed the estimates. Therefore, homeowners should know what the total cost will be and should make sure that estimates include all costs, especially the cost of a new plant. So that's what we did. We looked at the cheapest sewer system at $60 million and the most expensive at $95 million. The cheapest system requires every single homeowner to have a grinder pump. Getting a grinder pump in exchange for septics provides no benefit to homeowners. To the contrary, it is a bigger burden. Homeowners would have to pay to install, maintain, and replace pumps every 9 years, and they would also have to install backup generators in case there is a power outage. Otherwise, they won't be able to use toilets. Grinder pumps have been used in hybrid systems elsewhere, but to our knowledge, no municipality has built a 100% grinder pump system, as it is the worst possible system from a homeowner's perspective. The only reason we use it in our analysis and discussion is because we believe the WPCA will try to use this system with the cheapest cost to convince homeowners. But make no mistake, this is not a system that anyone, other than possibly the WPCA, could reasonably recommend. The 95 million system, on the other hand, is the standard gravity-fed system that is normally used by all municipalities, and it is the best from a homeowner's perspective, as it does not require electricity and requires no ongoing maintenance. But the WPCA is unlikely to discuss this system as its costs are prohibitive. We added $40 million, which is the minimum cost for a plant according to the WPCA. Now, given that Danbury spent over $100 million just to upgrade their plant, we believe that this is an unrealistically low estimate, but for now, we will continue to use their figure. That brings the total cost to $100 million for the all-grinder pump system, or $135 million for the standard gravity system. For an average home with a $276,000 tax value, that would result in an assessment of $66,000 for the cheapest system, or $89,000 for the standard system. If a 20% grant is obtained, those amounts would be $52,500 and $69,000. The WPCA claims the cost of sewers is the same or less than septic's. We disagree and we'll show you why. The total cost of the cheapest all-grinder pump system and the plant, as we just calculated, is $100 million. That results in a $66,000 tax assessment, but what the WPCA does not tell you is that that amount does not include the cost to hook up the sewers and to install the pumps, both of which are quite expensive based on estimates and other sewer projects we reviewed. When those costs are added, that brings the cost to homeowners to $84,000. The monthly payment on $84,000 at 5.5% comes to $580. Add the cost of operating the pump, the cost to replace the pump every 9 years, and the WPCA's monthly expense, and that comes to $755 per month. We then looked at the cost of septics. We took 3 situations. First, homeowners whose septics have no problems. Second, homeowners who may need to replace their leaching fields. And third, homeowners who have to replace their whole system, tank and leaching fields. We contacted several septic companies for estimates. For a new system, the range was from $15,000 for a simple installation to about $35,000 for a complex and more difficult installation. We used the midpoint, $25,000. For homeowners that need a leaching field or whole new system, they could pay the amount up front or they could choose to finance. For comparison purposes, we assumed that they would finance with a home equity loan at 6%, which would result in a monthly payment of $43 or $179. Now, experts say that septics should be pumped out every 3 to 5 years. We assumed every 3 years, and the average estimate we got was $300 per pump out, which comes to $8 per month. That brings the total monthly payments to $8 per month for homeowners who have a functioning system, or up to $187 per month for those who have to put in a whole new system. And for a homeowner who may have a very difficult installation that, as we said, may cost up to $35,000, their monthly payment would be $260. No matter how you look at it, the WPCA is wrong. The septics are a fraction of the cost of sewers, even if a homeowner has to replace an entire new system. This is why the WPCA says that septics are cost-effective and provide economic benefits, as well as being better for our environment since they don't discharge treated sewer water into our rivers and lakes. To summarize, as the engineer stated, a new sewage treatment plant would be needed if sewers were to be built. Sewers are estimated to cost from $60 to $95 million, but that does not include the cost of the sewage treatment plant. And when the cost of the sewage treatment plant is added, that total would be at least $100 to $135 million. The tax assessment on an average homeowner would be $66,000 or $89,000, depending on the type of sewer system. And if a grant is obtained, those amounts would be reduced to $52,500 or $69,000. That comes to $755 per month. Lastly, the cost of keeping septics is significantly less, between $0 to $25,000, depending on whether a system is functioning or a new system is needed. And that comes to $8 to $187 per month. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening. We hope it was informative. Our goal was to give you as accurate and complete information as possible so you can make an informed decision. And to that end, all figures that were used in this presentation were taken directly from the engineer's report on the WPCA website. And where we had to use estimates, we contacted vendors and experts and tried to provide realistic figures. If you would like more detail, please see the longer version of this video where we expand our analysis and also adjust for additional costs. As to the public hearing on November 13th, Please try to attend if you can and let the WPCA what you think. Thank you.